Well, hey everybody, it's Jody Sharp from Super Flies for Super Guys, and I just wanted to say howdy do. So, on this episode, we are going to make fly wings, part one. And this video is going to teach you how to do the word part of it. So, how to download the wings, the images of the wings off of Google, put them in a file, take the from the file, put them into your Word docs, size them up, and so on and so forth to make your templates. Um, the second part of this video will be the actual making of the wings, like tracing them out on the plastic and laminating them and so forth. So that will be come after this part. So this part's about 6 minutes, and the second part is about 15 minutes, I believe. So this is how you make laminated wings. So I'm going to pop up our image. All right, first you open up your desktop, you right click, you go to new folder, make a folder, call it Fly Wings. It'll be on your desktop. Then you go up to your Google, your Chrome or your Windows, you open it, you type in Mayfly Wings, you go to images, you'll see all these images of different kinds of wings. There's a pair of Mayfly wings there, so you click on those, it'll show up on the right hand side of your screen. You right click there, save image as, and if it says it's a JPEG or a PNG, you can save it. If it's anything else, it's probably not that good. Then you can see that there's other kinds of wings. There's a stonefly wings. I know it says mayfly wings, but that's because whoever put it didn't know what they were doing, but that's really a stonefly wing. So whatever kinds of wings you want, mosquito wings, cricket wings, there's caddisfly wings, dragonfly wings, whatever wings you want. Here is some cicada wings and some bee wings. So this is a bunch of different wings, so I just saved that. So just type, as you save them, if you know what type of wing they are, if you know they're a bee wing, or if you know they're a cicada wing, like that's like a bee wing or a wasp wing, if you know what kind of wing they are, save that as the name of your wing so that for future reference you'll know what kind of wing they are. So as you can see in the video here, I've gone along, done some searching, looked for some really cool wings. There's like a realistic mayfly wing. So yeah, so you just, as you go along, find whatever wings you think are really particularly good, and you'll see that if you save them now, you can, if you're have more knowledge, you can save them in any place you want to save them to. I just showed that we saved them from the desktop into the file. Now we're going to open up our Word, Microsoft Office Word, and I don't know about the newer versions. I hope they still have ways that you can make post images. I'm using 2016 version of Word. So you make a text box by going Insert, and then you go over to Text Box, and then you insert a text box. You highlight the text box, you go to Image, and then you can go pick a file. So in this case, we go to a desktop and open up our flies, and there you see our wings were in there. And now you can grab the corner of your text box and you can size your wings any way you want to size them, or rotate them any way you want. And you can size them if you want really big wings, really small wings. And you might have to play around with this a bit. So like if you're doing mayflies, you might have to to figure out which size wing you want, you might have to like do it, print it out, see if that's the right size, you know. Um, After you get the right size, then, you know, if you want to make a template on one page with all your different wings, then you can just do all your different wings, or if you just want mayfly wings or stonefly wings on one sheet, whatever. I like to just put them all on one sheet, and then when I take out that sheet, I can just trace whatever wings I want to do. So these are going to be your templates, and as you can see, I'm going to put all the wings in there, so you can just see, if you watch the video, you can just see the steps. Then you just size them up to however large you think they are. Now the good thing is you can save this document as a document. So see, you go to Insert, Text Box, Delete, highlight those words in the text box, hits Delete, it clears it up. Go to Shape Fill, then you can just shape up the wings, size them up. So once you've got them done, you go to File, you can save as this PC, and then I usually save them into my desktop, and then I move things where I want after that. So I just call it Fly Wings Template, hit Save, and then they're saved. And then we'll minimize that and check to see if they're on your desktop. So in this case they weren't there, so I go to File, Save As, this PC, scroll up to where it says Desktop, then I name it Fly Wings Template, or Fly Wings Done in this case, hit Save. Now we'll just go minimize again, and there you see it popped up. So once it pops up, you can grab it, slide it into your folder, your Fly Wings folder, and you have to close your Word doc in order to move it. So I closed it, and then I was able to put it in there. Now we can open it up. As you see, now it's your template is there, and you can just go to File, you can go to Print, and then you can print it as many as you want and print it out. And then after it prints, you can close it up, and you close it up, and there you go. So that's it, guys. That's as simple as it is to do that. You just make yourself a template, and then once you have your templates, in this case I did a stonefly template, but you can put as many. Here's the one I printed out. Right? You can put as many wings or as many styles, or put them in boxes. Like you can do anything you want from here on in. If you are printing them with Avery labels, you're going to need to put them into a box frame for the Avery labels. I'm not going to show you those today, because I've kind of abandoned those Avery labels because they are more expensive, and this type of wing gives you a 3D vein effect, whereas the Avery printed labels not as much. You can see them, but it's not as 3D effect. So all right, guys, so that was part one. I'm going to pause it here, and when I come back, it's going to be Fly Wings part Well, hey everybody, it's Jody Sharp from Superflies for Super Guys, and I also host and admin the Ontario Fly Tying and Fly Fishing Group, which I'll show you there. And I also am starting a new group, the Not Your Grandfather's Fly Tying Group. That's going to be a group that is for new fly tyers who like to use new age materials, plastics, foams, broom bristles, wool, different synthetic furs, metallic fibers, all those kinds of things. So if you're that type of fly fisherman, this might be the group for you. I don't know if you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, those are the groups that I run and operate. That's where you'll probably see these. And if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being a member and watching. So today, guys, I wanted to talk to you guys about plastic wings. And I use a lot of plastic wings on a lot of my flies. For instance, the bee here has plastic bee wings. The stonefly, plastic wings. Mayfly. We got the horsefly, and that's these wings right here. And these are really, really cool wings to use. Let me put these things aside now, and let me show you how to make them. So the first thing you're going to need is a template. These are templates that I've made. I'm going to post them up in my groups. I will most likely make a video showing you how to get the wings and how to make a template. But I'm going to post the templates and then you can just print them out. You just save them and print them. But you can do any kind of template. These are mayfly wings. These are stonefly wings. These are housefly or horsefly wings. You've got cicada wings. You've got caddisfly wings. All kinds of different wings. But what you're going to really need is you're going to need a black Sharpie and potentially some other kinds of Sharpies. So a yellow Sharpie is usually pretty good. A brown Sharpie is really good. And usually some sort of like beigey sort of Sharpie marker. You can buy them individual or you can buy the color pack. They have them in like a brown color pack. I usually buy the color packs of different colors I need. So those are good colors to have. But definitely like those four colors. So like a black, you for sure need the black, yellow, beige, and brown. Okay. Oh, and if you want to do like a grasshopper, different grasshoppers and certain sort of like tree crickets and praying mantis and things, a green would do you pretty good. Okay, so just put those off to the side. So I want to show you how to get started. We're going to do some mayfly wings, and what you're going to need, where did I put that now? You're going to need some of this. This is projector sheets. So remember when you were in school, your teacher had those projector where she drew things and posted them up on the big screen. That's a projector sheet. It's thin, but it's pliable and it's still able to do, it's quite sturdy. So you're going to need a piece of that. And you can buy, I think for like $15 you can buy a package of projector sheets, and they go quite a long ways. There is another way you can do it. You could use Avery printed labels, and then you could print them out, and then you could just seal them with the tape. But today we're going to use the projector sheets because this way you can really engrave them. And the other thing you're going to need is some clear packing tape. Doesn't really matter the brand, but you're going to want it to be clear. And that's pretty much it. And you'll need a good pair of scissors that you use for cutting plastic. So let me show you how we do this. So if you look on this screen there, the other screen, sorry if you're going to be seeing the top of my head because I have to look down to do this. You put down your image that you want to trace, and you're going to need a bodkin, and you want it with a pretty heavy point on there. And what you're going to do is you're going to trace, and you're going to put a fair amount of pressure. You really want these grooves to be deep, but you also don't want to dig right through the plastic, so you're going to have to just kind of do a few of these to get the feeling of it. So the first thing you want to do is go around the outside of the wing, and you want to go over it a few times, making sure that it's nice and thick. Now the next thing you want to do, once you have the outline, you can just go over where all the veining is. So wherever you see veining, you want to definitely put some deep, heavy grooves in there. All right. And what I recommend is pretty much in any type of wing that you do the long veins first, and then do the side veins, all the little ones that shoot off to the side. All right, so do one side of your wing and then go ahead and do the other side of your wing. And again, just go over it a couple times each line. You want to make sure they're fairly deep. Again, do your long ways first, and then do your side veins second. Then when you're done, if you lift it up, you should be able to see the veining in there. All right. Now there's the gentleman who I got this idea from. He just made his fly's wings like that, and he was done with that. But I really want to be able to see those veins. So since I'm an artist and a painter, I learned that if you cover over with a black Sharpie marker, whatever is indented, the black ink will stay in, and whatever is not dented, the black ink will be wiped up. So if you take your Sharpie and do that, then if you take your piece of paper towel and you just wipe it over, and you don't want to wipe too hard, you're just enough to get off the ink. Now you can see you have the veins in the wings. So what we need to do now is we need to seal that in. This is where your packing tape comes in. So if you take your packing tape, I'll just try and get this in the center so you can see. If you take your packing tape, you take a piece of that and you place it on top and then rub it smooth. If you have a pair of scissors, you can just cut it off. And whenever you're working with packing tape, just remember to fold over the edge so that next time you can find it. That'll be helpful for you. All right, so now that layer is sealed in really well. Now you have to decide, do you want your wings to have a yellow tint, or do you want them to have a brownish tint, or like and off brown. There's a couple ways to accomplish that. I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to put a little bit of yellow in there. So what I'm going to do is wherever the wing was, I'm going to cover it over with yellow. And actually, I'm just going to cut off this piece of plastic. So that's, we're just working with the wing now. And I'm going to just go over with the tape again and seal in that layer. So if you don't know, this is called laminating. So you're basically laminating. Anytime you put a new layer in, you laminate it. All right. So one more thing I want to do is I want to take this beigey brown, and I just want to go over the yellow with the beigey brown. And give it just a little bit of a tint. And what you're going to find is that those colors now are going to show through the wings. They're going to show through the wings, and you will be able to see it's got a really natural wing color. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our scissors, and I'm going to use these. These are my designated plastic scissors. It doesn't matter what scissors you use, as long as you remember, use plastic scissors on plastic, metal scissors on metal, and your fine scissors for materials, soft materials, hairs, and whatever. It pays to have a couple of scissors, because if you're trying to use dull scissors on materials, it's not good. So just keep that in mind. And plastic will dull easy. So you want to take your scissors and you want to cut around the edge of the wings just enough that the veining of the outside of the wings will show up. I'll try and stay in camera here so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, I think it's going good. And we'll just cut that little bit off. And then you can throw out your excess garbage. And then now you have a pair of wings. And for mayflies, you need to fold them right in the middle like that. And what you'll end up with is that. That is your mayfly wings right there. So this is a pretty simple technique. Plus, I would say it's a little cheaper, or I don't want to say cheaper. It's a little more inexpensive than Avery wings, Avery label wings, because it'll save you on printer ink, which we all know printer ink is wicked expensive, and plus you have to set it up, you have to set up your printer. This is less setup for that. So plus you can use take one template and you can just use it and use it and use it. It's really good. You can use other types of plastic. I found some really interesting plastics. I took apart an old tablet that was no longer working, and I got this really metallic-y metal looking thing out of there. And for those wings, they turned out like like this. So I did the same process and got these really cool metallic wings. And again, you can use on anything, you know, if you're making like a zebra caddis, you can make zebra caddis wings. If you're doing a horsefly, you do the same process, and then just where the black is on the horsefly wing, you just draw in the black after you've laminated the first level. So yeah, it's fairly simple. If you wanted to add little black tips, like on the mayfly, you can add little black tips on the top, fancy it up. But the pattern is pretty simple. And I just wanted to show you the basic structure of how to make those wings. And then once you know how to do that, you can just go crazy. You know, here's the bumblebee wings, right? All kinds of different things. You can do hornet wings, wasp. Do like a wasp wing. So I'm gonna put in the comments the image that you have to download for the wings, and then when you print them, you just have to size them. I might make a follow-up video on how to size the templates, and that's pretty much it. So that's just a quick one today, guys. Like I said, if you haven't been making these type of wings, they're definitely a lot of fun to make. They're really easy to work with, and they'll make your flies look impressive, and they fish really well. They really hold out good on a fly, and yeah. All right, so check out the groups, guys, and hope to see you at some of our lives and stuff. Okay, Jody out.